Hello everybody, I'm Tekoselju and this is a Men of War Assault Squad match. It's a 1v1 between me and... what's his name? Ends with numbers, we'll see it in a sec when it pops up on the loading screen. But it's the map Stalingrad from the Men of War Assault Squad community map pack. If you have questions about that, go watch my previous video. That's got a link to the map pack. The Red Baron 89, that's the guy's name. So my previous video has a link to the map pack if you want to download and install it. So this is a fun map because it's all destroyed sort of city sort of thing, so we get to fight through that. And it looks like there's 3 victory locations to capture, 1 in the middle and 1 on either side. The one on the right is closer to me and the one on the left is closer to my opponent. So you can sort of imagine how this will shape out. I grabbed 3 people from my infantry squad and send them over to the right, but I notice one of those 3 people is my machine gunner, and I want to bring my machine gunner to the middle because that's where he's going to be most useful. So instead I've only got 2 people heading over to the right, but I figure that's fine. My opponent may or may not attack the right first. Most people are not, well, I wouldn't say most people are not daring enough to attack the right. Often people will try and catch you off guard by going towards your point first off, especially with like a vehicle or something, because they figure you'll be trying to cap it with infantry, and then they'll be able to get you with a vehicle. So right off the bat, I toss a grenade. He tosses some grenades. I'm actually getting pretty good shots on him. His rush to the point meant that I was able to pick off a few people before he got into cover, and then I sent fewer people towards the point, and then my men are just doing a really good job fighting. So, good job by me. He would have probably been better served by microing away from the grenades, rather than microing, trying to blow me up with grenades. He is not happy with the performance of that rifleman guy, but riflemen at super close range are not so fantastic. My guy wasn't able to fire back either, so yeah, I'm trying to reply to him. I always forget the hotkey to talk to everybody. Shift Z, Shift Z. That's speak to everybody. But I'm hitting like 18 buttons to try and reply to him, and I finally just give up. So I have the middle right now, although have the middle is not quite correct. Once I turn the minimap back on, we'll notice that I have yet to capture it. I'm at 50-something%. But this is a good start for me. I've captured the right. He does have the left, though, and we both have 0 points. So nobody has begun to win yet, and he's doing a good job pushing up on me. But you notice I'm not just sitting back. I'm sending people over to the left and trying to sort of shore up my position in the middle. And he is stopping me from capturing it, though. He's got more people in there than I do, so now the flag is going down. It'll probably start going up to his direction. Oh, now it's going up again, so I guess he moved out of the zone. And maybe he'll move into the zone and out, and it's a big dance of death for both of us. And this is the entire time just using my first infantry squad, so I believe this is his 2nd infantry squad. And now I've just purchased my 2nd infantry squad, but I was getting more bang for my buck with my people. I was just positioning them better and getting stuff done. I think he has, well, I was about to say he has a slightly easier job of approaching it, because he has those barrels sort of to the right of the point on his side that he can hide behind and get fairly close. But what I have is this sort of warehouse on the left. I can kind of move through there. It doesn't give me perfect cover. He can still see me. But I've got the wall to kind of hide behind. And if I went prone, I think I'd have perfect cover. Here's a nice thing he's doing. He's pushing up from the leftmost point that he holds and crawling towards me. But he's not sending a lot of people, and they're just crawling. So since my men spot him, where I'm able to hold that off before he gets there. And so here comes my 2nd infantry squad. I'm trying to decide where I want to send them. I am going to have to take out his infantry here, not just because I want to stop him from attacking me, but because that's a very good scout that he has, able to see over to the right, and he'll be able to see all my people moving through this warehouse, because he's got that submachine gun infantry behind that bit of rubble on the left. But I'm deciding to move in on the middle, it looks like, and I think assaulting from the side is what you want to do in something like this, because your opponent's always going to be prepared for you to assault from like the south is where I'm assaulting from normally, so he's going to have all his people set up looking that way. So anytime you can flank your opponent, you should try and go for that. And some weird pathfinding on that guy does not get him to do exactly what I want, and hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of flank in on this. But oh, he's been shot by a shotgunner. Those shotguns are dastardly. Not only do the shotguns do a fair amount of damage, but they knock you down often when they hit you, which is really bad, because if your person's knocked down, then they have to stand up, and that's no good. So, why am I direct controlling? Oh, I'm direct controlling so I can throw a grenade. Excellent. explosion, but unfortunately that vaporized the guy, so I can't take his grenades. Often I'll use grenades to take out enemy submachine gunners or even enemy riflemen because they're pretty much guaranteed to carry at least one grenade, and so it's like an equal trade. I throw a grenade, kill them, and then take their own grenade, but you have to be careful because if you time the explosion perfectly and you get it like directly on the person, it will often like kill their body and you won't be able to loot them. So I'm setting up 2 sandbags over on the right with those 2 people I sent to capture it, and then I'll refocus all my stuff to the middle. So I have a mortar. A little dangerous because he has a mortar. I don't think I had seen his mortar when I bought my mortar, but we both have the same idea and they're both good ideas. This is a kind of a wide open sort of area for mortars because you can get some straight shots down the middle, if especially ignoring that shipping crate and the 2 things of logs, which may eventually be blown up. I don't know about the shipping crate. Can you blow those up? They probably take some serious firepower. But I decide, look, you've got a mortar and you've been firing for a while. Look at that nice destruction, by the way, hitting that pipeline. But, wow, look at blowing all sorts of stuff up. I figure you've got a mortar, you've been firing for longer, so you're more accurate, but you're probably not firing where I'm setting up my mortar, so I'm just going to hope to get a lucky hit. The sandbags should protect me, but they don't protect me and I get hit. So now I need to recrew this mortar before it gets blown up. He has not killed the mortar itself, so as long as that's still a possibility, I'll take it back. And so yeah, I was just hoping for a lucky mortar. Mortar round to land on his mortar. And I finally found the all chat button. I was just hoping for a lucky mortar round to land, but it didn't happen. And he smartly keeps shelling me because he's trying to kill the mortar. And unfortunately he did damage the mortar. You see in the bottom left it's red. And so I'm going to need to repair it soon. And I tell it to move away. It won't move away because the AI can't pathfind through the sandbags. So I very briefly direct control it to get it out of those sandbags. And then I tell the AI just to move. And look, I bought some Brandenburgers, so we'll talk about those in a sec. But yeah, I'm just moving the mortar back. If I wanted to, I could even plant it under that sort of coal thing that you had seen me move. I could plant it right there and it'd probably be safe, but it might get hit by splash damage, so I'm just moving it out of range of his mortar and repairing it. So I'm also buying a Panzer II. So the Panzer II, my plan is to lock down the middle with it. He won't be able to attack through the middle unless he gets some AT, because he'll have to kill the Panzer II, and if I get lucky I can send up the Panzer II and maraud into his territory and maybe take out his mortar. Meanwhile, I'm going to use the Brandenburgers, the elite infantry, to push through on the left. Now Brandenburgers come with Panzerfausts, so they're good versus enemy vehicles if you can get them into location, but I'm not expecting any vehicles. I'm just using the Brandenburgers in this case to be infantry assault, and since they are elite infantry, I bought them with my hero points. They're pretty good at just infantry fighting too, but just keep in mind that generally your Brandenburgers are also going to be used as an anti-vehicle force, and I'm not using them like that, so I'm not using them to their fullest potential. But they're still good, and we'll see how they work here. Look how quickly they shredded that shotgun guy, and in fact the only casualty I took was my MG34 guy friendly fired and killed one of my own Brandenburgers. So we're down 1 already, but not my fault. And it looks like my mortar did get hit. That was bad for me. I got my mortar killed, and so I figure, oh, I gotta take out his mortar. So I'm driving the Panzer II in, trying to shoot it. A whole bunch of stuff's getting destroyed, but then he drives up to kill my Panzer II. Luckily, I don't get killed by that, but he's got an M8, and that's not good at all, because the M8 cannon has no trouble punching through the Panzer II armor. So that was bad, probably by me, not my greatest move. Here's a shotgun trooper. I'm like, let's take that shotgun, because shotguns are really good, even better than the Kar 98 this Brandenburger comes with. So the Brandenburgers that come with the Panzerfaust, some of them have Kar 98s, which are not the best anti-infantry gun. Here you can watch me try and pick up a shotgun for 20 seconds. Not the best anti-infantry gun. Those Brandenburgers, since they have the Panzerfaust, are more the anti-tank people. Some of the other Brandenburgers come with, I believe, what's the German? The G43s, I think. So those are very good. They're semi-automatic rifles, so those are fantastic. And then at least one of them comes with an MG34. Yeah, this guy's got a G43, so that's good. Or a G41, I can never remember. So those are very good for infantry combat fighting. The guy with the MG34 is very good for infantry combat. My people are knocked down by the shotgun, and these ones have Kar 98s, but don't think that the Kar 98 Brandenburgers are useless in infantry combat. They're far from it. They are very good shots with the Kar 98, and so they're not useless at all. They can do some serious damage, even more so than riflemen, so don't waste them. But if you have to use them for something, they're best used as Panzerfausters. to take out enemy vehicles. And so here's a bazooka. I'm like, well, maybe I should pick it up. Whatever, I'll try and get the M8. But he's shotgunning me, which keeps knocking me down, which is annoying as hell. But it's going to be tough for him to move in with a shotgun, because I have my MG34 over on the right, just crouched next to the wall. He's not even behind any sandbags or anything, but he's able to kill people very well. He just crouches down and shoots them and suppresses them, and he's pretty awesome. So I have a Puma. Puma should stand up to the M8 slightly better, and Puma should also be able to kill the M8 is the most important thing. The Panzer II actually could have killed the M8 too if it got some good hits in, but the M8's range is just too long for me to hope for that, and meanwhile the Puma's range is more than enough for the M8. But nope, not at all. The M8 just gets the first shot off on my Puma, so not my best hour. Serves me right. I'm not sure why. So I'm like, okay, Johannes Rockgaver, whatever your name is, you've got a Panzerfaust. You can maybe take out the M8. You can be a hero. And no, you can't be a hero. He almost gets it. He was like a third of a second away from Panzerfausting that M8. And that would have been really good. I would have... That should have been my first response to get that M8. Either grab the bazooka from the dead US person, or send over somebody with a Panzerfaust. But, I don't know. I should have tried that more. So I need to move this machine gunner up. He's just sort of crouched in the open, and that's not being very helpful. So he needs some sandbags to have a good position to set up. And so I'm having him lay that, and just hoping he doesn't get shot and killed while it does that. The Brandenburgers do have a fair amount of life because they're heavy elite infantry troops, so he's not going to get like winged by a bullet and die, but his health's going pretty low, and then he gets killed by either an explosion or an M2 carbine shooting him. So that's pretty much the end of my Brandenburger squad. That's unfortunate. They did pretty well while I had them, and in fact they took that leftmost point, and that's why my points ticker is... that's why I have 12 points and the opponent has 24, even though he's held the middle the entire time, because I had the left for some time. So now I buy an assault squad, and their job is to take this... No, I guess it's a normal squad, not an assault squad. It's a... can never remember the name, but it came with Helger Stump, the machine gunner, so... yes. It actually has a Panzerfaust too. Oh yeah, there's a Brandenburger in there with the squad. So I'm tossing a whole bunch of smoke, trying to confuse him about which direction I'm coming from. And I also get some sandbags set up down this street, and that should be important because if I can secure that street and then the leftmost street, I'll be able to move in on his leftmost point without much trouble, and that'll be good to go. And I'm like, do I buy a tank? What's gonna kill this M8? And I just couldn't figure out what I wanted. I'm not sure why this guy's saying owie. But I don't have the pop cap for anything. So one thing I could probably do better in this match and in most matches is managing my pop cap better. The settings this guy has hosted the game on has a fairly low pop cap, which means you'll usually have some points left over that you can't spend. I have 155 points right now, which is actually not too much, but I'm maxed on pop cap, so I couldn't buy anything even if I wanted to. But yeah, there's some sandbags I'm setting up on the left as a project of trying to secure... Oh, look, I did buy a Panzer III. Wow, I got desperate. I don't remember buying this Panzer III. I don't remember how this game turns out, I think. But yeah, I bought a Panzer III to shoot the M8. That should fucking do it. And he's like, oh, better get out of here. I guess he does see my tank. Tanks you can see from fairly far away when they're coming. And oh no, it ran over my sandbags, but only a little bit. And I do have some leftover infantry from the assault on the left that I'm going to send over to the assault on the middle. And where's that machine gunner? I guess I have a machine gunner that I'm telling to crew the mortar. That's a mistake. I should have used someone other than the machine gunner. Or maybe I clicked on the machine gunner, then I clicked on someone else. I didn't even... Well, whatever. Recruit the mortar with tank crewmen whenever you can. Or if you can't recruit with tank crewmen, recruit it with like riflemen or someone you don't need very much. So it looks like I've more or less secured these two alleys. And by secure, I mean I've got people set up in both alleys firing at him. So that'll at least keep him suppressed while I move down. And he threw a grenade and I saw that, so I moved quickly. And that actually worked out really well. This is an assault squad that I purchased, and so the assault squad people were able to get in close and shoot some people until the very end when a machine gun caught them. So I sent somebody to crew this tank. I thought there was a gun on the top, and I also discovered my mortar had not died, which is fantastic. I sent someone to crew that Panzer III, put a person on top, but it turns out that doesn't work. There's no machine gun on top. He misses his shot from this AT infantry, which is good for me, Then he doesn't miss the second, which is bad for me. That was a bad move on my part. I'm just not playing so well this game. He's at 37, I'm at 12. I'm definitely losing. I'm not having much success getting the middle. I'm not having much success getting the left. At least I repaired the Panzer II very briefly. The engine is down, the track is down, but it can shoot, and it's finally killing stuff. It took out the Greyhound. So even at this range, a Panzer II can take out a Greyhound, so things are starting to look slightly up for me. And I don't know what's been going on here, but I guess he's been tired enough of getting shot that he vacated the alley, but no, it turns out he hadn't vacated the alley. It was just some sort of ceasefire from our two troops on either side, and then once I tried to move out, they started shooting again. But you notice I'm always keeping the assault up on both flanks. You never want to give up in Men of War, and you never want to get sort of pigeonholed. You never want to get stuck just attacking in one direction. This Panzer II is fucked, by the way, because his Sherman just showed up. And there goes the second track. So it has no tracks and no engine. There's no way that Panzer II is going to get out of there. So focus on the left to see if I can manage this assault. But everyone's been killed somehow. Many people have been killed. Stuff is blowing up. Main gun damaged on the Panzer II. I sent a assault squad, or a normal squad, over here, and then I realized there's a tank over there, so they might all get killed. So now I'm buying an anti-tank gun, which I should have just done in the first place. This is a good map for anti-tank guns, because it has corridors of fire that you want to lock down and control, and if you're going to lock down a corridor, an AT gun is just as good as a tank, basically, especially if you get some sandbags set up. The advantages of a tank are that it has more armor, but if it's sort of an open corridor with like stuff in between the two of you, the shots are going to be kind of inaccurate at that range. So what you can do is just have an AT gun and put some sandbags up, and since they'll be shooting HE shells at your AT gun, unless they get like a perfect couple of hits in a row, they're not going to be able to blow it up. They'll have to either hit behind it or directly in front of it twice, and those can be tough shots to make it long range. So an AT gun can have a fair amount of survivability at a distance, whereas a tank actually provides a bigger target. And look, you can collapse the shipping crate. Why did I doubt you, Men of War? Everything in this game is destructible. You can blow anything up, and so yeah, the nice thing about AT guns here is that I can shoot through things. I actually shot through the Puma. I shot through the barrel, or not the barrels, the wooden stacks of logs. I shot through those and destroyed his Sherman, and also set my Puma on fire, almost killing my squad running past it when it exploded. But you cannot shoot through things with the HE shells on the tanks to fire back at the AT gun. So this is where my Pak 40 did much better than anything my Puma or even my Panzer II could ever do against that Sherman. So for locking down these narrow corridors in urban fighting, when you're not going to get flanked, when the opponent's not going to just drive past you and blow you up or drive straight up to you, I highly recommend AT guns. And I have wiped out 80% of the cover in the middle, and that is serving me well and serving the opponent well. I can just run straight up and murder his people, but once I get there, I just get straight up murdered too. So it's going to be, the mortars are going to be very important in this match. He's got a mortar, I've got a guy throwing a grenade, and just everybody is dying in the middle, and I just have one guy left prone, crawling around. And what's very important for me right now is these people behind this sandbag, two riflemen, or one rifleman, one submachine gunner, and one machine gunner, are really doing some work for me, and this one man on the point is also really doing some work. He's prone, and I'm using him as a grenade tosser, and even if the grenades don't kill people, they make them stand up and reposition, which allows my people behind the sandbags to do some damage. So luckily his mortar has not been murdering me yet. And I'm not counter-mortaring him. I'm like, I don't want to lose my mortar. I don't have the sandbag set up or anything. So instead, I've sent my mortar over here to the left to support that assault. So I'm not sure how the assault in the middle is going. Looks like I don't have it captured yet. I have 12 points. He has 55, so he's still firmly in the lead. But, oh, he had a heavy machine gun set up there. If you were watching closely, you saw that for a while. So since he didn't reposition it, I was just able to mortar it blindly and blow it up eventually. So there's a lesson there. Keep repositioning your stuff. Even the lowly heavy machine gun. Even if your opponent doesn't have a mortar on the left, they have a mortar in the middle. Always keep repositioning your stuff, because if they know where you are, it's just a matter of time till they flank you or they hit you with some indirect fire. when your opponent knows where you are, they've got the first step they need in order to kill you. So take away that step, take away where they know, take away their knowledge of where you are, and they can't even begin to kill you. Like, they can't kill you without first finding you, second, setting something that can kill you, and third, using the thing to actually kill you. So they gotta hit and not get killed themselves. And so if they don't know where you are, that's step one, just, it fucking won't work for them, and so they're not going to be able to even buy the right thing to kill you. If they do buy the right thing, they're not even going to be able to use it. So this assault's going extremely well on the left now that I use my mortar to support it. So now it's time to send the mortar over to the right to assault the attack there, which is going actually okay. I have one guy on the point prone behind something, and as long as the mortar doesn't take him out, he'll be fine. And I have basically a whole assault squad on this point hidden among the ruins. So at that point I say, okay, let's buy a Puma to take out this M8 that he's got, and that should help me hold this point. I just need the Puma to get there before the M8 gets there. I feel fairly secure against enemy infantry because I'm dug in fairly well. Obviously he could assault this, especially with grenades, and blow stuff up, but and so because of that I'm pulling back with some of my infantry to keep them safe, but mostly what I'm worried about is the M8. I figure my Puma will also be able to fight off enemy infantry once it's taken care of the M8, the danger of the M8. And look, I own all 3 points. So he has 55, but I have 30, 31, 32. Look how fast that ticks up when you own all 3 points. So this guy not able to hold the points, and bam, does not kill the M8. I hit this weird smokestack thing, but he sees me because I fire. And I continue to fire through the walls to try and do some damage. Puma gun better than the M8 gun, so if anyone's going to win this fight, you put your money on me, although it's not guaranteed. And still some great infantry combat by my people on this point, but he's sending up rangers to attack, which is bad because rangers are good, so they might take my people out. He's sending them in piecemeal, it looks like. So here's something he's trying to do. He's trying to poke forward behind the building, take a shot at me, then back up before I can get a shot off on him. But I'm ready for that, and I'm waiting until he comes out behind the thing, and then I take a shot, but I miss, and then he thinks he's safe or something. I don't know, but he took too long to back up. I think he was actually microing those infantry that he sent in on the left. He took too long, whatever it is, to back up his M8. Left an open shot for me, and I was able to destroy it and knock it out, and then after the next couple of shots I literally destroyed it. It's completely dead. So now he can't even move in with these rangers because my Puma's getting some fire on them. He tries, it's a noble effort, he tries to sprint across this opening and get into cover and then attack me, but he loses a lot of health on his rangers while he's sprinting across. The Puma provides some fire support, and then he loses a lot more health when he tries to dig in to cover because my infantry hit him with sort of their automatic fire. There's a M1941 Johnson LMG that ranger's using. That went pretty well. But and then the rest of him I'm going to mostly clear out with grenades, it looks like I'm going to try. And even automatic weapons fire. This MP40 dude did some damage. Hooray for Assault Squad. But yeah, his rangers are pretty good. That M1941 Johnson rifle really killing a lot of my people. So his rangers serving the same purpose my Brandenburgers did a while ago. That elite infantry is nothing to fuck with. But so I buy a normal infantry squad. That'll get me some people with Kar 98s, some people with a guy with a machine gun, and so those should hopefully hold the left, along with this mortar should really hold the left for me. And then I think I'm sending the Puma over to the middle to hold that along with the AT gun. He has not attacked me on the right, and he's paying for that. I have 75 points, he has 55. All of a sudden his lead has disappeared, even though he took the leftmost point back a bit, and he's actually got enough rangers hidden around somewhere in here to capture the thing. So I think I'm just going to blindly throw grenades. Oh, look, I see somebody. So you get a grenade, but somebody shoots you before I throw the grenade. So, you know, if you just scout around, sometimes it turns out you got people. So then I realize, uh-oh, he's got his mortar close-ish to me, and he can maybe hit me on the left, and I don't want that, because I'm dug in on the left pretty well. And look, my Panzer III's repaired. I'm dug in on the left pretty well, and I don't have a lot to worry about, but the mortar could be pretty annoying if it does some damage. And oh no, it's an M19 that can also do some really good damage on the left. So now I have the Puma and the Panzer III, both of which can kill the M19. So my plan is to move forward, do a sort of blitzkrieg assault, take out the mortar, and then take out the M19, or maybe take out the mortar with the Panzer and the M19 with the Puma. The Puma decides to shoot the mortar, the Panzer III decides to shoot the M19. Did I kill that? No, the Panzer III is killing somebody. My mortar's still raining death and destruction down here. Some Sherman just kills one of my people, but I don't notice that. I just took out the Pack 40 killed it. What is going on? I'm watching the death messages and I'm trying to figure out what happened when I was playing this game. My Puma took out a Sherman while I was busy microing my people with a grenade. I did not notice he had a Sherman, which is a huge failing on my part, but my Puma made up for my fail by killing that Sherman. Looks like the Sherman did knock out my Panzer III though, so fantastic job, Puma. You get the MVP award of this match for killing the Sherman before I even knew the Sherman existed. And at this point, I think I actually got pissed at my Puma for dying and not killing that M19 when he had a bunch of easy shots. What I should have done is realize the Puma killed a Sherman on its own while I wasn't looking, and it's the best Puma ever. So Puma, you are avenged posthumously in death by my knowledge that you have killed a Sherman that I did not realize. Meanwhile, I'm taking some pot shots at this thing with my Pack 40, but otherwise it looks bad because his M19 is driving up at me. But it turns out, look, I can lob an AT grenade over the ruins and nail the M19, so that's going to shut down his assault because my mortar's still alive over there. So my mortar should be able to mop up a lot of the remaining infantry that he sent. And look, I have 97 points. I'm going to win. I'm going to win right now. 98. This is why he's suicide charging the middle. He has to decap this point. My points are just going to tick up, but he can't decap it fast enough. I still have the point on the right. I have 99. I win the fight. So the lesson here is send some people to attack the third point. That's my biggest tip I could give to him, and I hope you like this game, because I sure did.